Peace and love and abundance to all of my beautiful crown heads. Thank you guys for always waiting so patiently for me. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. Y'all know I be having stuff to get in order first. So thank you for being patient. Please take this time out, you guys, to like the video, share the video, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way you guys are notified for when we go live in the future. Okay, you guys? All right. Says there it go. What's good? What's good, Louisiana? Hey, it's Takuma. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Source Scorpion. What's good, our brand? Tavis. MGTOW Ghost, Clarence, Andre, Chief, Black Introvert, Big Nice, Rodney, D from the city, Freddie, Woo Amoon, all of y'all. I appreciate you guys for being here. William, Man Friday, hey, what's good? Something that has been bothering me for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure I am going to say some things that will absolutely trigger people and that will absolutely ruffle some feathers. Some things in which maybe we have not fully thought about or taken into account or into consideration when we are discussing the topic of being baby mothers or being baby fathers. I'm very irritated. I find myself being very irritated when I see women, most importantly, more specifically, complaining about the father of their children. Why? Why does it bother me a little more so when it comes to women complaining about the father of their children? Well, I'll tell you why. And this is the part where I'm sure I'm going to ruffle feathers. I'm sure I'm going to piss people off. The reason why I find it to be a little bit more irritating when it comes to women complaining about the father of their children is because, first and foremost, we chose them. We choose who we lay down raw with, not taking away the accountability from a man, because again, you chose as well to lay down raw with that woman. However, when it comes to women, this is the part where I'm going to piss y'all off. We are the ones that should be knowledgeable. We're the ones that should be aware when it comes to not only who we lay down with, but also when it comes to our bodies and our cycles. What do you mean by that, Danica? What I mean by that is, ladies, you can only get pregnant. Yeah, I'm about to piss y'all off. Ladies, you can only get pregnant one day out of the entire month. One day. One day. And that's the day that you ovulate. Who should be more aware than your cycle than you? Who should be taking more accountability? Who should be keeping a little bit more track than when they're ovulating than you? That man does not really know that you're fertile right now. You know that you're fertile. So if you're being responsible, you're in tune with self, you're in tune with your body, shouldn't you be keeping a little bit more track of that? That's why I get a little bit more irritated when it comes to women complaining about their children's father, because when you really think deeply about it, we choose them. Like, we choose to have unprotected sex with these men when we know our cycle. And if you don't know your cycle, then you shouldn't even be having sex right now, because you need to get in tune with self. You're not even in tune with self enough to be keeping track. So why are you even engaging in such an act of sex? You're not even equipped enough. You're not even mature enough, responsible enough to say, okay, hold up. Let me keep track of self. Does not let a man off the hook, though. Because again, fellas, you all also need to be aware of the women that you are laying down with. I see a lot of y'all men out here complaining about baby mamas. I'm sick of my baby mama. My baby mamas do this. Emphasis on plural. My baby mamas do this. You should be a little bit more responsible with your penis and who you choose to penetrate. Maybe you wouldn't have so many issues with your baby mamas, because you would be choosing wisely who you do decide to lay your seed in. So again, I'm not letting men off the hook. Y'all need to be responsible as well. But ladies, we choose those men. We know. And some of us would say things like, well, how do you say that? Some of us get pregnant and we're on birth control, or some of us get pregnant and we don't know our cycles, and our cycles are irregular, and we don't know this, we don't know that. You get in tune with self and you still take the extra precautions. Period. If you don't know your cycle, you put on a fucking condom. But a lot of us, we know our motherfucking cycles. Come on, y'all. We gotta be real. We gotta take accountability. Guys, to take accountability. A lot of y'all don't know that a lot of us are not even aware that or what ovulation is. That's a fucking problem. Why are you even engaging in sex and you don't even know what ovulation is? You don't know what your cycle is. You don't know what a fertile window is. Like, why you're not even ready for sex at that point, because you don't even know the basics. And if you don't know the basics of what it entails to get impregnated, then you just don't need to be having sex. A lot of us sit around, well, what's ovulation? What the fuck is that? We only get pregnant one day out the month? Really? Well, I've been fucking this whole time. Ain't nothing happened. How I'm supposed to know this is going to be different? Because you keep track. We have to take sex a lot more seriously, you guys. We don't. And because we don't, we feel no need to keep track of our cycles. We feel no need to be mindful of who we allow to release seeds inside of, or who we release our seeds inside of. We don't care. We're very surface level. We're very short-sighted when it comes to sex. It's all about, you look good, I'm horny, I want to fuck. Condoms don't feel good. I haven't got pregnant this whole time, so I'm going to be okay this time. I don't need to take care of that. I don't need to keep track of that. Yes, the fuck you do. There's no responsibility when it comes to sex. There's no accountability when it comes to sex. You have to get in tune with yourself. And once you get in tune with yourself, then you can be able to pick apart and get more in tune with other people to let them know, like, hey, are you worthy enough for this? Are you worthy enough to, be inside of me? Or are you worthy enough for me to be inside of? Shout out to you, Tavis Banks, for your donation. Let me see if I can find you. I saw we had 141 of us. Like the video, y'all. Like I said, I know y'all gonna be pissed off today. It's okay though. We're gonna have education. We're gonna be educational. And thanks again, Tavis Banks. He says, we're back, Empress. You already know. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe, okay? Yes, we are back. And again, thank you so much, Tavis. I appreciate that. Let's get in tune. Let's learn today. Y'all wanna let's learn today a little bit. Maybe that will help us. That way we won't have so much issues or so many issues when it comes to baby daddies and knowing ourselves and when and where we choose to have sex. Like, let's say that you are a woman and you don't know what ovulation is, you don't know what a fertile window is, you don't know your cycle. We're going to teach you today. That way you can no longer run into these issues of having baby daddies. However, huge disclaimer, you will not escape STDs. So this formula will not protect you against STDs or STIs or nothing like that, or soul ties. It will not protect you against that. But we can eliminate or trickle down on the baby making. How we do that, Danica? Well, let's talk about fertile windows, okay? Fertile windows, ladies, okay? About 14 days after the start of your last period, okay, you have 1 day that is your most fertile day out of the whole entire month, and that is the day of ovulation. Okay? If you don't have it, I encourage you guys to start keeping track. Fellas, I encourage you to start keeping track. Okay? Again, will not protect you against STDs and shit like that, but it will help you to not get somebody pregnant, or it will prevent you from getting pregnant. Okay? It works. Trust me. It's science. For that whole week prior to that 14 days after, you will be fertile. For 7 to 8 days, you're going to be fertile as fuck. During that window, you need not to have unprotected sex. Okay? Do not have unprotected sex. This will help you to not get impregnated by somebody that you don't want to be pregnant by, or it will help you not to impregnate somebody that you don't want impregnated by your ass, okay? So, fellas, this is why it's also important for you to ask the important questions, for you to keep track. Let me use myself for example. Let me go ahead and throw out my own business. That way I can give you guys a little bit more clarity on what I'm talking about, okay? I know this is TMI, but hey, we're all about learning and growing, and so we can stop doing dumb shit, okay? Let's take it back to February. February 27th was the first day of my last period. February 27th. The 27th through the first was my cycle, right? After the first, all the way into the 8th. On the 8th was the day of the beginning of my fertile window. So from the first, when it ended on March 1st, all the way into the 7th, I was good. I could have been getting it in. No babies would have been made. Okay? No babies whatsoever. But boom, when the 8th hit, we in that fertile window. So if you have sex, Danica, if you have sex raw from the 8th of March all the way until the 14th of March, your ass has a possibility of getting impregnated. So if you don't want a baby, Danica, don't do nothing. Okay? Okay. After that window is up, after that little week is up, we ready to go. We can do what we want to do, what we want to do it, how we want to do it. Because hey, we're in the clear. That's how you guys can have a natural birth control, if you will. I am totally against like taking pills and drugs and shots and shit like that. I feel like that will fuck us up. So I would prefer to have something like this, a method like this in place. Just me being in tune with myself and knowing that, okay, from this day to that day, I am not fertile. From this day to that day, my ass is fertile as fuck. Let me not do nothing or let me take extra steps. That way I know we in the clear. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're relying strictly on pullouts or just by the grace of the universe, the grace of God, whatever you want to call on. We're relying on that to just be like, okay, we gonna be good. No, if you don't want a baby daddy that ain't about shit, or you don't want a baby mama that ain't about shit, keep track of things like this. It's very important. Even if you're in a committed relationship and y'all are just trying to make sure that, hey, we ain't doing nothing, we ain't popping up no, new mouths to feed, keep track of that kind of shit. But ladies, I feel like for us, most importantly, it's important because we are the ones that a lot of the times we are the ones that are stuck and left with babies if, all goes wrong. Shadow Mer says, so after the 2nd or 3rd day cycle, you're infertile for like 5 to 6 days. Yes. So for instance, like I said, on the 27th through March 1st, I was bleeding, okay? And then from the 2nd to the 7th, for those 5 days, I was in the clear. The 8th hit, we got to look out, okay? Because we're going to be fertile for the next 7 to 8 days. So from the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, I may not want to do something if I don't want an extra baby, if I don't want a new mouth to feed, okay? And then after that, you in the clear. And this is why I feel like a lot of women especially need to be in sync with themselves and be in tune with their bodies and know themselves. That way, we're not left with, or we're not stuck with babies that we don't want. We're not stuck attached to a dude that we don't want, deadbeats and all of that. Like, get to know yourself. That's why it's a little bit more irritating when I hear women complaining, because at the end of the day, you were the one who should have known your cycle. You are the one that should have known your fertile window. You're the one that should have known, hey, I need to be a little bit more careful right now. Am I excusing men? No. You still have responsibilities. You still should be out here protecting yourself, just in case that woman is not. Just in case she doesn't know her cycle. Just in case she, is trying to get pregnant by you. You should still, hey, I'm a take the condom. You know what I'm saying? We all play a role. But I get extra irritated with women because it's like, damn, girl, didn't you know you was fertile? Like, how do you not know about ovulation? How do you not know about a fertile window? So to me, in essence, a lot of us women, we choose our baby daddies. We choose who we get pregnant by. So to sit and complain afterwards is kind of like, really? Really? He was giving you red flags after red flag, and you still chose to take that chance on him, and you knew you was fertile that whole week. Come on, girl. And then we have women that complain and say things like, well, he changed. He didn't act like that at first. He gave me signs that he was going to take care of this and he was going to be responsible and he was going to step up and he was going to do that. And it's like, I can't really feel it because it's like, come on. It's always signs. It's always stuff in the pudding that you just overlook. See, a lot of us, and again, I know it's exception to the rule. In some cases, that could be the case. That could be the issue. It could be a matter of he was this way for all of this time, and then I got pregnant, and a baby popped up, and he changed. Okay, that can happen, but majority of the time, that's not the case. Majority of the time, we be knowing what we dealing with. We just overlook it, or we feel like a baby will change a man. Oh, we're gonna talk about it tonight. Uncomfortable conversations. We feel like a baby will change a man. We feel like a baby will make a man stay. We feel like a baby will solidify our relationship. It does not. It does not. It just continues on a new cycle of a broken home, a broken family, a fatherless child. He says, I'm so flipping happy I don't have children right now. I feel like babies are a blessing. A lot of y'all would say babies are a beautiful thing. They're a beautiful asset to have to your life. They just have to be with the right people. And how do we make sure that they are with the right people or by the right people? We be responsible. We be responsible with our bodies. We be responsible with who we choose to lay down with. We get to know people. We get to know ourselves. That way, when children do spring up into the equation, we're equipped. We're ready. We know. We know how to handle this. We know how to maneuver through this. I'm with this person. This person is very well equipped and ready for this responsibility. So am I. And even if the relationship does not work out, you don't have to worry about this person not taking care of their child, that this person not being involved. You don't have to worry about that because I have a good idea of who I lay down with. This person is still responsible. This person is mature enough to look past the fact that we didn't work out and still is, fulfilling the obligations of that other father, of that other mother. Because again, I scoped them out. I filled them out to the best of my abilities. And now, although we didn't work out and we weren't compatible, they're a damn good father. They're a damn good mother. That's what we need to do. He says, preach, true. Yes, absolutely. But again, ladies, I get a little bit more irritated with us because it's like, at the end of the day, you chose that man. A lot of us we be knowing. We be knowing, y'all. We be knowing our fertile window. We be knowing when we ovulate. We be knowing all of that shit, but we take a gamble. We take the risk. Why? Because hey, I want him in my life. I like him. I wouldn't mind having a baby by him. Like real surface level bullshit. Oh, he'll make a pretty baby. Oh, he got money. Oh, he got like, and then later down the line, it's like it didn't work out, and now you mad. He ain't shit. He don't do shit. This nigga ain't shit. Well, what does that make you? Because you laid down with him willingly. You laid down with him. You gave him your body. You knew that your body was going through that fertile window. And if you didn't know, again, you shouldn't even be having sex because you're not even responsible. How are you not responsible enough to keep track of yourself? But I'm not here to simply sit here and blame women. Fellas, you all too need to take a little bit more responsibility and accountability with who you decide to have raw sex with, who you decide to release your seeds inside of. A lot of y'all get distracted by a fat ass, a pretty face, a small waist, to where you lose sight of yourself. If you know you don't want a baby right now, you know you don't want to be tied to this woman, you need to be taking the extra steps. Not just saying, well, it didn't happen the last 6 times, so we good. The 7th time may be the charm. And now you looking stupid. Then y'all want to complain. Y'all all get on my nerves. Men and women, y'all both get on my damn nerves complaining about y'all baby mamas and y'all baby daddies. Y'all chose them. I don't care what excuse you want to give. If the truth is the truth. You chose them at the end of the day. You chose to say, okay, I'm ready to fuck. I'm not going to use anything. I'm going to pull out and hope for the best. I'm going to leave it in and hope for the best. You know, I'm going to do whatever and hope for the best. I think this will work out, so I guess we'll be okay. Like, no. So when y'all sit up and complain later, it just be like, shut the fuck up, because you're doing nothing but making yourself look bad. You're doing nothing but making yourself look irresponsible because you chose that person. If this person is so much of a deadbeat, if this person is so much of a lousy mother or whatever the case is, what does that say about your judgment? Yes, Scorpio twine, pre-cum impregnates as well. A lot of things we don't even think about. Like, you have to think about everything. And that's why I feel like when it comes to sex, we need to take it a lot more seriously than we do. We don't think about the long-term effects. We don't think about STDs. We don't think about STIs. We don't think about potentially impregnate this person or getting pregnant by this person, being tied to this person for the rest of our damn lives. We don't think that far ahead. We're really surface level. We're really short-sighted. And to the point where when we do create these lifelong bonds with people, now we mad. We mad at everybody but our damn selves. Well, what about you? You are a part of that equation as well. Why didn't you take the necessary or extra precautions? Why come you didn't take the extra steps and go the extra mile to make sure that you were protected? And then, aside from that, why are we even laying down with motherfuckers that we don't want to be with? Why are we laying down with people that we don't see a future with anyway? That's the case for a lot of these scenarios. It's not even an instance of, well, we were together for X amount of years, we were planning on getting married, or we were married, or it's none of that. And then we got pregnant, and then down the line, we figured that this is not working. That is not the case a lot of the times. A lot of the times it's really cut and dry, short term, irresponsible, no accountability. I was just horny. They were fine, and it happened. We got carried away. It happened. I don't really see a future with them. I didn't really know them like that. It just happened. I was drunk. They were drunk. We was high. We was in the moment. We was in the mood. It happened. Like, that's a lot of the cases when it comes to our families, how we had our children. That's the case. And then we turn around and get mad at everybody but ourselves for allowing that to happen in the first place. Where was your condom, dude? Why were you even engaging in sex with her if you didn't even know her like that anyway? Why weren't you keeping track of your cycle, girl? Why did you allow him to penetrate you raw and you didn't know him like that anyway? You didn't see a future with him anyway. Like, these are the questions that should be going through our minds before we even do anything. Do I know them? What do I know about them? Is there any red flags? Am I just acting off emotion right now? Like, these are the things that we need to be these are the questions we need to be having to ourselves before we even touch this person. Do I see a future with them? Do I, we're not doing that. And that's the problem. And so I cringe. I cringe when I see y'all bashing y'all baby's mamas and y'all baby's daddies, because I'm like, bro, sis, you chose them. And then to take it a step further, y'all are not taking into account the effects you could be having on your children when you are bashing or degrading or belittling their father or their mother. You shouldn't be talking badly to the world about the father of your child or the mother of your child. That's not only a bad reflection upon you and your choices and your poor decisions, but what about your babies? How do you think that's making them feel? Because you're talking badly about their father when they look just like their father. They come from their father. You're talking badly about their mother when they look just like their mother. They come from their mother. So how do you think that makes them feel? What kind of effects do you feel like that has on your children? We have to think about that before we start being impulsive with our bashing and with our smashing. Everything needs to be taken into account. Ladies, we have to be more responsible with ourselves. Get to know your body. Next time, download the motherfucking apps. Period Tracker. What is it? Period Tracker. That's a good app. Flow. That's a good app. And the next time you start your damn period, girl, click on that app and say, period started today. And it'll lay it out for you. And you'll know this whole week right here, these 8 days right here, these 7 days right here, I ain't fucking nobody. I ain't doing nothing wrong. If you just absolutely gotta have sex and you don't care about who you have sex with and you don't want to have birth control and you don't want to use condoms, which I really hope that you guys are protecting yourselves, because again, the calendar method does not protect against STDs. It does not protect against STIs. It does not protect against soul ties. Like, all of that shit still is there, but you're just leaving out the possibility of getting pregnant. But we still should be monitoring or keeping track of who we lay down with. And that just should be period. But if you want to be reckless like that, at least be responsible enough to not bring in lives into your, irresponsible equations. And the way that you do that is by keeping track of your body. Ladies, please keep track of your body. I'm so sick of hearing y'all complaining about y'all baby daddies. Girl, you knew you was fertile. You knew you was a little bit more lubricated than you usually are. You knew you was a little bit more aroused than you usually are. That's science, girl. That's biology. That's your body letting you know you ready to reproduce. And maybe you need to chill out, or maybe you need to use some protection. Like, the signs be there. You chose that man. That's a reflection upon you. Fellas, y'all too. You chose that woman. Flash's Fresh TV says, I was just about to say that. The period sex is still a no-go. Though sperm lasts for 5 days, she can still get pregnant. What I want you guys to take away from this conversation is to be responsible. Okay? Not to try to figure out a way to finesse something to be less irresponsible, but just to be responsible overall. Like, be wise about not only your body, but who you choose. Get to know people, so that way, you know, when things happen, or if something happens, you'll know who you're dealing with. Having sex on your period, like, that ain't cool either. Like, to me personally, your period should be a time for you to kind of like regroup and give your body a break. Period. Like, don't be doing it. Like, that is a time for cleansing. Okay. But at the end of the day, like, we should just be being responsible. Now, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it, because again, that it will at the very least prevent a baby from, you know, popping up. Or it'll diminish the possibilities very drastically. Okay. But like we said, it's still a possibility. Still a possibility, because again, sperm does last for 3 to 5 days inside of favorable conditions within the uterus, within the vagina, like all of that. It can. So again, we all just need to be responsible. We all need to take accountability, be responsible for our ways and actions. That way we don't have to keep complaining about dead end, deadbeat baby daddies, dead end, deadbeat baby mamas. They ain't shit. They don't do nothing. They can't do nothing, because had we been a little bit more responsible, a lot of things can be eliminated. We choose the people that we have sex with. Unless you are being taken advantage of or something like that, you chose them. And so when you are choosing things and choosing people to indulge in or engage with, we have to take that accountability and take that stuff on the chin and just be like, you know what, it is what it is. How can I make this the best case scenario for myself out of what I'm dealt with? But sitting and complaining all day, every day on social media, not doing anything. Going back and forth and arguing about every little thing, not doing anything. Taking out your anger and your frustrations on your children, not doing anything. Not doing anything. But just adding on to the stress. And making yourself look even more bad for choosing that person to have sex with. And not only have sex with them, but have sex raw with them. Like, that's all you doing. Torres says, I laid down with this man and had a baby. He didn't lay down by himself, LOL. Accountability. I like it. It takes two to tango. It takes two. You can't sit there and say, well, he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that, and he treat me like this and he treat me like that, and it takes two to tango. You chose him. You saw those red flags. Whether you chose to ignore them or not, that's still, you chose him, man. We got to stop complaining and just, make the best out of what we got. Itsakuma says, Danica just showed us how a real woman keeps track of her emotions. Instead of letting them control her, she controls them. That's everybody, though. Everybody should be in control of self. Get to know yourself. Once you know yourself, everything else will fall into play. It'll fall into place. It'll fall in alignment. I know me, so I need to find people that are a reflection of me. I'm not going to allow people who are not conducive to my overall well-being in my cipher. I'm not going to let them into my life, let alone inside of my body. That goes for men as well. I need to choose women that are a reflection upon me. I'm not going to just be going in raw with a woman that does not reflect me in the best ways. Not just because she's fine, not just because she got a nice ass, not because I'm horny, but is she a reflection upon me? Do I see good qualities in this woman? That way, if I do get her pregnant, I'm good. My children are good. We don't think that far, though. But we need to. And I saw it was 204 of us in the building. Y'all like the video, share the video, subscribe. Okay? I hope you guys are following what I'm saying. We have to be responsible. We cannot just continue on pointing the finger like, well, you did this and you did that and you not doing this and you not doing that. What about this? What about that? What about you? What role did you play in that? How was that man even able to get inside of you? Or that woman, how were you even able to get inside of that woman? Did you get to know them? Did you sit down with them? Did you build with them? Or did you act on impulse? Did you act on emotions like Itsakuma said? Did you allow your emotions to control you for the time being? Were you keeping track of your body? Ladies, this is a big thing for us. Big thing for us. Major thing for us. And this is why I titled this video, You Chose Your Baby Daddy. Because at the end of the day, ladies, we should know. We should be so in tune with our bodies and our cycles that we know when to and when not to. And so if we don't, or if we're not, that is terrible as a woman. And again, I'm not excusing men. Men should be being responsible as well, but it really burdens me and it really bothers me when I hear women complaining, because I'm like, girl, your cycle. You know your cycle better than that man does. At least you should. So why did you even lay down with him during that period of time? That's why I feel like on some degree, at some level, we do choose who we get pregnant by, because we should know our cycle. And a lot of us, we do know our cycle. And we be trying to trap motherfuckers. We be trying to get pregnant by motherfuckers. Like and then we complain later. And we look like the fool. This is most importantly why, as women, we should be the ones that are being extremely cautious, extremely responsible when it comes to our cycles, because we are the ones ultimately that are left with the children. If things go sour, if things go left, we're going to be the ones with that responsibility. So why not be aware of your body? Why not be aware of your cycle? Why not keep track of things like that? Why not be a little bit more cautious when it comes to sex? Why not? Again, fellas, you guys are not off the hook. But at the end of the day, the facts are just facts. A lot of us women, we are the ones that are left with that responsibility. Men, y'all can cop out and be like, well, I don't know if that baby mine. I don't know. I ain't mother. Y'all can do that if y'all want to play that game. Women, the babies come out of us. It's yours. And so we're going to be the ones responsible for that. So to prevent all of that, let's be in tune. Let's get to know these men. Let's be cautious. Let's be aware of our bodies. That way we don't have to sit around complaining about deadbeat baby daddies. Girl, you chose him. And with that being said, I'm going to get my ass up off of here. Shout out to you, Book of Rhymes, for becoming a new channel member. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to all of my channel members. Shout out to all of my donations. Shout out to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys because we do talk about some shit that is uncomfortable. And so I appreciate when you guys are able to come through and take it on the chin and be like, you know what? I gotta take accountability, take responsibility. Not a lot of people can do that. And so I appreciate you guys. But I just want to leave y'all with that for tonight. That's something that we all should be thinking about. Before we start to complain about baby daddies and baby mamas, think about your role in that. Take some responsibility in that. Take some accountability in that and do better. Complaining and bitching and moaning all over social media and all day, every day is not doing anything. That's counterproductive. If you have a deadbeat baby mama or a deadbeat baby daddy, then you just be the best father that you can be. You just be the best mother that you can be. All they complaining and shit, save it. If they don't want to step up to the plate, that's on them. Whatever. But you do what you need to do. But complaining is doing nothing but adding more stress to you, and it's also making you look bad. Because again, that's a reflection upon you. You chose to lay down with them. And most importantly, you chose to lay down raw with them. So let's all take sex a little bit more seriously. Let's take our connections and our relationships with people a little bit more seriously. That way, we don't have to worry about having deadbeat baby mamas and deadbeat baby daddies. All right? Shout out to you, Mystical Harmonizer, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all so damn dope. But I'm going to get my ass up off of here. I am doing a smoothie fast. So I got to get in this kitchen and make my husband and myself our last smoothie of the day. We're doing a smoothie fast for the next 2 days in addition to today. So y'all come on back and we'll have some more dope discussions. We'll be back on Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central. And we'll have more of our dope discussions. I just have to get that off my chest because, again, I'm tired of seeing it. Ladies, that is a reflection upon you if your baby daddy ain't shit. You chose him. Same for y'all fellas. Your baby mama ain't shit. You chose to lay down with her and impregnate her. So do better. Don't complain. All right? I gotta go. Peace. Danica Marie. I'm out.